Welcome to Chefs in the City. I'm Ann Fisher, along with my co-hosts, Steve Stover and Rich Terapak.
And?
We're here to talk about food and its many iterations from farm to table, be it at home or away. And home cooking always starts at the source, from farmers markets to the North Market to your favorite local grocer or butcher or baker. Today we're talking with Spencer Budros of Pistacia Vera in German Village. And because when a guest offers to bring dessert, who doesn't thrill at the mention of Pistacia Vera? Oh, no, really don't.
Could you bring a quiche as well?
Yeah. Spencer Budros is among Columbus's most celebrated pastry chefs, known for his mastery of European pastry techniques, refined flavor profiles, and visually stunning desserts. Welcome to Chefs in the City.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
I should have brought dessert.
Yeah. You are from Columbus, but you went away for training. What was your trajectory? Did you dream of growing up to become a pastry chef?
Did not grow up dreaming to be a pastry chef, but grew up in a very, food centric home and
Neighborhood too.
Neighborhood and was actually very lucky to witness and to watch. These guys really
These guys teach and cook and everything.
live their life with food being such an important part. Had everything to do with their social life, and some of their best times have been around the table.
Right.
And
Yeah.
but I grew up an art room kid, but grew up very fortunate to be able to witness and to be able to dine well and to be able to see and experience food done really well. So when it was time for me to really look at my profession, I was very lucky. At the time, I was in Arizona, and I became part of a chef's apprenticeship out there up in North Scottsdale, and I was at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess. Started as an apprentice, and 11 years later left as the pastry sous chef.
There was a touch point, as I recall, and it was something about a big rabbit at Easter that you had spun sugar around, and somebody said, "Boy, this guy can do stuff."
Well, about 3 or 4 years into my apprenticeship, my mentor and chef at the time ended up allowing me to do a big sugar and chocolate showpiece for Easter, and it came out really well, and just really gave me a lot of confidence. I would say, just with my creativity and my just my vision in the kitchen.
Absolutely, and skill. I don't know how you got spun sugar around this.
And skill.
Yeah, terrific.
I never knew I could do it, but really, pastry has been really a gift for me because I do have certain intuitive things where just the way my brain hits my hands and the way that I go about processes, but I also really need the formula. I need the recipe to keep me in line, to keep those parameters. Sure. That's important for me as well. So yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about a recipe being a governor.
Yeah, bumpers.
Well, his father, Jim Budros, City Barbecue fame, always talks about it in his cooking classes. Are we going to measure or are we going to cook?
We use that
Well,
line in every cooking class.
But with pastry or anything like that, it's chemistry, and you can't.
Exactly.
You can't mess with the chemistry.
You have to use the recipe.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's the distinction we make when we use that phrase in cooking class, but not for baking or pastry.
Right.
Yes.
So.
And that's been really nice. I mean, for the relationship that I have with my father, and so for him to be, for us to both be in food, but in different worlds.
Yeah.
Of food has been wonderful. It's been great.
Had you visualized yourself going more in his footsteps at some point?
I did.
Okay.
I did originally. I started my apprenticeship in a general chef's apprenticeship. It just so happened that my first rotation, they needed help in the pastry department. And when it was time to do my rotation, at the time I said this is it.
You don't really want to leave that, right? Right.
I don't want to leave, so I ended up switching to a pastry specific apprenticeship and spent the next 4 or 5 years doing that. So it was a great experience. But
tell me,
what do you think? It's good to get you back in town.
So you've been back. You came back to town. Did you go right to Pistacia Vera
I did.
Pretty much? Okay.
I did. Went into, well, my business partner is my sister.
Yes.
And at
Anne, right?
Anne.
Yes.
Anne Fletcher. And we were at very similar parts in our life in which we both had, we were both starting a family. And even though we loved where we were respectively, we both wanted to have our families in Columbus.
Yeah.
So, and the more and more that I really looked in Columbus and for opportunity, the more I saw that there was a great demand for a pastry chef, but there really weren't a lot of properties or restaurateurs that really were interested in, first of all, hiring someone pastry specific, and also someone that had a kitchen that was designed with pastry in mind.
Okay.
Often in restaurants, the pastry cook, the pastry chef, really has a tough time fighting.
It's a sidebar kind of
Fighting
thing.
for space.
Yeah.
Fighting for space.
Yeah.
And so at that time, I looked at my sister, which is the most wonderful person, and she had a financial planning business background. Knew that from a human resources perspective that she was just the one to do it and just to balance me out. And so we said, let's give this little bakery concept a shot.
Could you describe your business and how you break it up between that over-the-counter retail and the catering thing and all of that, how that works?
Everything is retail
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Originally, when we opened we just celebrated 21 years. So, but originally when we opened, the concept was strictly wholesale. There was a great demand in town. Chefs wanted dessert mise en place. We were in the short north. We were doing dessert mise en place for the Burgundy Room, and for the Rossi, and for Rigsby's, and then 3 years later, we had this opportunity to move into German Village, and it was always my hope and my dream to be able just to simply just do what I wanted to do. And so at that time, we ended up drawing back not only from all wholesale, but from all custom work. So
catering.
So
Okay.
all catering, custom birthday cakes, custom wedding cakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All of that we drew back from, and we
Okay.
said we're just going to dedicate our space at 541 South 3rd in German Village to this European cafe concept, and simply just do what we do. And
Can you describe your business other than the fact that your macaron are probably the most visible and most popular item?
Probably the most visible. It's what we have been most known for years. But as we've evolved,
The croissants aren't bad.
We
I
drive
had
all
a
the way
chicken salad croissant a couple months ago that almost
our
converted me.
our breakfast pastry program has exploded, and our drink program has exploded. Years ago,
Grandkids love the hot chocolate.
hot chocolate's wonderful.
Amazing.
We source incredible coffee from Kova, and our baristas have been crafting menus that not only like speak to the season, but I think that like the difference for us is that we're not we've dedicated ourselves just to not using any pre-made syrups. So anything that we get, for example, right now in the season, if you were to get a pumpkin matcha or latte, it's like we're making that fresh pumpkin custard sauce to be able to go in it, and I think the customers are responding. They taste the difference. So our beverage part of our
Interesting.
business
Yeah.
has just exploded.
And we drive all the way from Upper Arlington to
sure.
get your croissants because
Well,
I
thank
once
you.
watched
Thanks.
you make the croissant. We were taking a tour of the kitchen or something, which was beautifully redone when they moved in, and the storage space, et cetera. It's a great
Gorgeous
facility.
kitchen.
And you have a number of people back there now. But what's the proportion ratio of the butter to flour in the croissant.
Butter to flour. I mean,
It seemed.
Is this a trick of the trade you're asking?
yeah. I mean, I would say, I mean, for probably 25 to 30%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what makes them so good.
yeah. And using a high butterfat European style butter.
Yeah.
Which is slightly drier, not quite as wet.
Yeah.
That's what will really give you that nice
So what
crust.
everybody's buying
Crisp.
carries now or whatever. That's
We make all of our butter slabs with pelugra, more than anything. Just not only for the high butter fat, but also because it's about as consistent as you can get.
Yeah.
The elasticity, the pliability of the butter is just perfect every time.
That's the kind of skill we're talking about.
So-
Yeah.
So,
You know, when you first opened, most people didn't know what a macaron was unless they'd been to Paris. It just wasn't familiar. How many, however many years later, 17, 18 years later, has the palate of Central Ohio changed much, become more sophisticated?
Well, I mean, I think that the palate of Columbus has always been sophisticated. I think that the best thing that I could have ever done was to spend some years away from Columbus and then come back. And even though I was in Arizona and Scottsdale, I would say that there was sort of, because it was such a destination city, you did feel that there was a lot of international flair and demand for European style pastry. I will say that when we first came and when we did open up 21 years ago, it was the cupcake craze. That's
Oh,
when
gosh, that's
Oh
right.
my!
that was
People did that in lieu of wedding cakes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. And they got very fancy.
Yeah.
That's when Sprinkles,
Okay.
it's like the Sprinkles Cupcake Company, and
That's
you know,
right.
and there were a lot of people that wanted that were demanding that's what we do, but we stuck to our guns and
Fiercely independent.
and honestly, we were not very good at crafting macaron when we started it, but we dedicated ourselves to learning the technique, and that's that's really what our business is about, and I would say European pastry in general is that what makes it special is that when you look at recipes, it is very, very few ingredients and pages of technique.
Okay.
So
There you go.
so we are a technique business, and it's not. Yes, we have a lot of integrity of what we put in our food, but it's how you touch it. It's how you handle it that makes it special.
Yeah. Critical for
How
pastries.
has
Yeah.
Pistacia Vera changed since evolved during your time at the South 3rd Street?
Well, when we first opened, we didn't serve any breakfast pastry. We didn't serve a croissant. We were dessert only.
I'm afraid
cookies,
Right.
dessert.
When we first
Chocolate
opened,
ball.
I don't remember that.
when we first opened in German Village, we only had a drip coffee maker. We didn't even have an espresso machine.
Huh.
So,
Okay.
I mean,
Big change.
so our business has drastically changed. Most recently with COVID, we used to have a dining room on the inside. It was a very small dining room, but it was a dining room. It's something that our guests probably miss the most. But with COVID, we ended up making that change. We ended up, really trying to make the to-go part of our business as convenient as possible. When it was time to open back, it's not that we have resisted. It's not that we don't want people in the space, but for our business and the amount of volume that we do, we simply don't have the space
Yeah.
to put the tables anymore.
As I recall, too, you had the same dilemma as Starbucks. People would come in with their laptops and sit there, and you didn't
Well,
have
there's
a lot
great
of time.
windows in that place. It's a nice.
I'd go in and
Yes.
go, huh?
But you have outdoor seating.
We do have
That's where I
outdoor
was going to
seating.
say. That's where I sat.
Yeah,
a couple
We
months
do
ago.
We do. Yeah.
I remember
have,
during COVID, the lines outside your door were just incredible.
Yeah. The lines right now, just recently, this year, they have moved the German Village Farmers Market really close right next to it. Actually starts at the drive of Pistacia Vera. The lines on the weekends have been really nice.
That's
Really
great.
nice. Yeah.
It's kind of like the book loft. I made the mistake of taking the grandkids to the book loft on a Saturday, and people were with guidebooks. It was incredible.
But you have to prepare for that kind of influx all week.
We do. And that's another thing about pastry is that it's like most everything that we make is starts 3 days ago, right? So we are to be able to do the volume. We are baking and mixing the raw product the first day, and then we're typically building the second day, and then finishing the third day. And we're on sort of this dance through the menu. To make it all work.
Yes.
How many staff now? I know it started off small.
We have over 30 staff now. Over 30 staff. So
wow.
Now we're open 7 days.
Yeah.
But in the kitchen we have 13 full-time, 14, 15 full-time.
Are you an apprenticeship operation? I mean, do you apprentice other people too?
We don't.
Okay.
We don't. We don't because a large resort is set up to be able to host an apprenticeship because of all the different exposure that it can give.
Yeah.
We're too focused.
Right. Yeah,
So-
it makes sense. So we always ask people this. I don't know when the day will come when we don't, but it's just kind of curious how the pandemic, you said you got rid of your indoor seating. Did it change anything on your menu? Did it?
It didn't change. It was as the ref, along with the rest of the world, it was really difficult, especially being in the service industry. It's something that I give our staff, that was around that time, just so much credit for when it comes to their patience. And but when it comes to menu, really didn't change much. And I'll say that for us, when it came to the to-go model, I think what's really nice about our business, and I always say this, is that we are a business. We are an affordable luxury business, in which it's like
Good phrase.
Right.
Affordable.
Through economic ups and downs, and somebody might not decide to go out and buy that new car, but they will continue to really have a lot of pleasure from coming in and just enjoying a nice pastry and a nice drink, nice conversation with a friend, and that's what we're there for.
Yeah.
And that will never go away.
His parents are often at the same dinner parties that we are, thank goodness. And now when they ask, well, what can we bring? We always say dessert.
Yeah, I'm going to say, do you know anybody?
Why not?
Exactly. So when you do change the menu, what's the process for that? Or when you add something or subtract something, how does that work for you?
We change our menu seasonally. We are not holiday driven. We're more seasonally driven. And we most recently we are pretty strict to the season calendar.
Okay.
We have about 60-70% of our menu, our mainstays are things that we will always have. But that 30% of our menu will change. For example, it's like in the spring we're almonds, in the summer we're pistachio, in the fall we're pecan, and in winter we're hazelnut. Right, so like that is kind of that, that's our thought process.
There springs the ideas,
and we're not, we're not strict to that, But I mean, like in the spring and summer, we are honey. In the fall and winter, we are maple. Right. So we try to approach it that way.
What you were nominated for in 2020 for the prestigious James Beard Award. Is that something that changes the business at all for you in any kind of concrete way? Besides feeling really, really good.
Yeah, it was that simply being recognized as a semifinalist was a dream come true for me.
Yeah.
It really was. I was years and years ago when I worked in Scottsdale. I was lucky enough to actually work and cook at a dinner at the Beard House, and I had always dreamed of just maybe being there again. Never imagined being recognized. So yeah, that I can.
And the Pastry is a national award.
Yeah.
You're one of a limited number of people in the whole country,
Yes.
Yeah.
not regionally,
Yeah.
like the
Yes.
chefs are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that makes it like being one of.
Which I've kind of
Well-
wondered about, to tell you the truth, why that is. Why that is just because there aren't as many bakeries. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Because we found with Dan the Baker this past year,
Yeah.
yeah,
just kind of, it was a national, not a
Yeah.
regional.
it is, and they separate baker from pastry chef
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
now as well,
Okay.
which is smart. But it was it was a honor of a lifetime just to be in. Now didn't make it to the finals, but I mean, I will.
What a
I will,
thrill.
Yeah.
Just to simply just be on that list is it was a dream come true.
Well, you've been getting those kinds of awards for a while. Back in Arizona, you were able to get two trips to Switzerland for some training.
I was an accomplished apprentice. I was very lucky to have some incredible mentors that not only taught me, but were also my advocate.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I didn't deserve it, but
have a good advocate.
but very
as attorneys, we know.
very lucky to have some incredible experiences, and I ended up winning a National Apprentice of the Year award, and was hosted in Switzerland for 10 days with some amazing chefs.
Not a bad gig.
With the
you know-
chocolate company, let's just talk. Let's right. I mean, that's
yeah,
They didn't sell cutlery; they sold chocolate.
right. Sponsored by chocolate executives. It was a incredible way to see Switzerland for sure.
Do you watch the Great British Baking Show?
I don't.
Have you ever?
I should. No.
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 No,
I
you shouldn't.
and I work with a lot of people that do.
Okay.
But I don't. I actually don't watch a lot of TV. I'm a little too ADD to get through.
Yeah, a whole show.
A whole show. So I
Good
don't.
point.
Yeah. So I flit around instead.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's just I'm wondering, and then I also wanted to ask you, just in the 20-odd years, how tastes have changed. I mean, what do you see? I don't like the trend thing is one thing, but I'm just wondering about how tastes do change and what people.
I would say that especially with how fast how technology is changing the speed of our lives, and how it's, and I would say that like the precision of everything. I think that food is going to. I think that handmade, rustic, comfortable food is going to become more and more what people crave. Things that are imperfect, I think, is what people are going to really gravitate towards. So, comfort food.
Yeah.
What are some
Dan
of
the
your
Baker does a good job at that.
What are some of your
Dan the Baker
favorite
does that the
items?
best.
What are some of your favorite items on the Pistacia Vera, which we affectionately call PV menu?
I love our almond croissant. I love our lemon tart, as simple as it is. I love our creme brulee eclair. We actually just last year we started making like a seasonal arugula, which I think that we do. I think that we do that dough really, really well.
Like you mean around the holidays? Is that a kind of a
Actually, it's like we've been doing it.
year round?
year round, and I love.
Oh,
that.
you just changed the flavor
Yeah,
seasonally.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
I love that little cookie. So
He always asks chefs this.
I love our matchas. I mean,
Okay.
I'm like the matcha that we that our beverage team does is the best. It's amazing.
How many people in the beverage team? That's amazing.
Beverage team, we have about 5.
Wow.
So yeah.
No, well staffed.
Now not there all at once, but yeah. I mean, 5 people that really know what they're doing around the machines. So,
Terrific.
So a funny question to ask a chef. Where do you like to go when you're not working?
well, I entertain a lot. I cook a lot. I cook a lot at
For the
home.
family now too.
Not only for the family but friends. I mean, I would say, and honestly, I mean, and I'm just not saying this. I mean, really watching you all through the years.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure it was an influence.
It really had an influence.
Yeah.
I mean, and like especially now that I'm older, just in how I live my life and just like the joy and happiness that that I see from my friends when I cook is fantastic. But if I go out, I would say one of my favorite new spots would be Jean's
Yeah,
Okay.
terrific. Yeah.
in Old Dublin. I love that dining room. I love being able to go places and have like intimate dining experiences, and I think that's one of the best in town for sure. I live in Old Worthington, so I go to Joya's. And the manager and the barista was a former employee. Robin Myers was a former employee of ours, but Avishar does an amazing job and has just brought so much to the city.
Yes.
So and I also love some of the standbys. I mean, I love going to Lindy's. I was a valet at Lindy's for 2 or 3 years. So
It's always one of our top 10.
I was a
isn't it,
busser,
guys?
right?
It's
It's to be in that front dining room just is a really special thing.
so festive.
I love Cameron Mitchell restaurants. I really, really admire. I mean, the way that he has built that empire,
Yeah.
and the ability for there to be this. I really admire the consistency. It's so.
And he's helped the industry in the city because he's trained people so well.
Yeah.
The service staff,
Yeah.
so well done.
So well.
And then they move on to another restaurant and do the same thing.
Right.
For other people.
He grows a real community of servers and food prepare. I mean, it's just a real vibe with him that he always seems to hit. And if he doesn't, he's 9 months later, he's out of there.
But to your
The Rigsby space.
to your point about loving to cook at home, dining with friends, enjoying food and wine with friends is the greatest social convention.
It is. It is. I agree.
And actually, I'm glad you brought that up because it made me realize that even though it's not as exalted as a lot of the stuff you guys do, I did grow up in a very similar situation with my parents doing the big fondue parties in the 70s and just the wine and the cheese and all the stuff. And then the time my dad accidentally dumped the sterno down the ventilation system.
Wow.
And, exciting, fabulous, wonderful memories with friends and family.
That's a new one.
I know.
Yeah, and I'll say, it's like to all the people out there, that like aspire to cook and just try it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I am a true believer that it's like the one thing that can most impact your quality of life is how you choose to eat and dine.
Exactly.
Because you have to do it.
Yeah.
So you might as well do it you might as well give it effort, and you might as well do it with people that you love.
Right.
Yeah, you go.
Perfect.
And it's
And it's so critical, they tell us, as we age a little bit.
That's right.
To have that kind of social
Yes,
interaction.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Although I'm
Therapeutic.
Period, but
It
is.
keeps you young.
yeah.
absolutely it does.
Well, that's it for Chefs in the City. That's
Yeah.
all the time we have.
Yeah.
We're out of time. Thanks to Spencer Budros of Pistacia Vera in German Village for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks as well to my co-hosts, Rich Terapak and Steve Stover. As always, guys, you're great. And thanks to you for watching out there. Remember, a meal is best shared. So share this with your friends and family who love the art of eating with each other, especially. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. There's lots of choices. Don't be shy, and we'll see you next time.
Foxland Media. Think big.